fish on. Wow. Looks like a good fish. Definitely not, but the little scrounger jig works. That's a pretty good little fish. There's one. God, that's a good fish on this tiny little thing. I gotta keep throwing this thing. I've only threw it like 10 times and got 2 fish. Trying to make them bite the whopper flopper, and they want this tiny little scrounger jig. That's a good solid fish right there. Could be easy with the 6-pound test. Yeah, it's a largemouth. Nope. It's a good spot. I mean, a good spot. Look at the size of that spot. That is a beast. That tiny little scrounger jig. Look at that fish. Lake Norman has some big spots, I'll tell you that. Some big spots. We'll go ahead and get a weight on him. Right there, 2.95. Exactly, pretty much tied with my PB. 1/100th. I caught a 2.96 before. That's probably the longest spot I've ever caught. There he is. Right off that pole. He's a little guy. A fish is a fish. He ate it. That's what I put this thing on for. This lake is plumb full of these that size spots. Oh, there we go. Big, but finally something on Topwater, and I wasn't even looking. I was looking at the freaking basketball. Well, number 5. He's a little guy. First topwater fish though. Barely got him. Sharpened my hooks last night because rolled one tip over on the rock last time, so they're needle sharp now. And there's a pretty little spot. Finally something on Topwater. Finally a fish. He ain't huge, but finally something. And he hit the motor. He ain't small neither. I mean, I'll take him. Definitely not very big, but finally. Had to go to the drop shot to finally get a decent fish. And there he is. Another one. Not a bad one. Got him on the wacky rig. Same exact spot. That's a good one. Good fish there. Oh yeah. Number 7. Had to pull out the drop shot. But it's getting it done. That's a good one right there. There he is. Another one. 3 fish off this one pier. Oh, after 2 hours without a bite. That's another good fish. Oh, he didn't want to be caught, but there he is. Be easy. Another solid one there. Oh my God. Got another one. This pier is loaded. Right beside the trolling motor right after I turned it on. Figured I spooked anything down there. For sure. That's a tiny one, but that's number 10. That is fall for you. Fish are schooled up. Get a bit. Yep. There he is. This dock is loaded with them. 5 fish off of one dock. They're getting smaller, but still. The wacky rig drop shot is the ticket. They're thumping it. They're not just walking away with it. They are thumping it. Oh God! Oh. There's a fish finally. I mean, they're decent sized fish. Yeah, he's not very big, but this is zipping by this pier. I might want to stop. I think he'd help the 5 fish limit. He's skinny. He's a keeper. He's been caught a few times, but about every fish on this lake has the drop shot wacky rig is the ticket today. We're back on Lake Norman again. Of course, it's a great place to fish. Really, if you want numbers, you want to catch. I don't want to get skunked. If you go to Lake Norman, you're probably not gonna get skunked. It's a great place to fish. This is a great time of year to fish. Water temperature is about 72 degrees right now. It's about 70, 71 this morning, so it's going to climb up a little bit, but temperature's dropping, shad are moving, the fish are biting. I couldn't really find schools of shad today. It was pretty tough, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what I caught them on. I tried so hard to catch them on topwaters. It was very difficult. My favorite topwater ever, little 90 whopper plopper. It does the job. People complain about getting the prop going. You just got to get your rod in there when you first, or get a longer rod. I got the 7.6 with braid, if you use braid too. I suggest I use braid in like a foot of mono. For one, with the treble hooks you want a little bit of give, and plus if you use straight braid, you probably know it has so much memory, it gets wrapped around the hooks a lot. So if you use a little bit of mono, that'll really eliminate that problem. It helps a lot. But really, the bait that caught the big fish, I caught pretty much my PB spot. It was 1/100th of a pound, 1/100th of a pound smaller than my biggest one. 2.95 pound spot, and this lake is full of 2-pound spots, but it's hard to catch them over 3. I mean, there's a lot of people that catch them, just not me. But little scrounger jig, that's what I caught with a little fishy, as they call it, from like the 70s. I just put this on to get bites with little fish. Ended up catching the biggest fish of the day. This morning, that's what they're hitting at the boat ramp right here at Stumpy Creek. That little tiny thing was able to get on the little tiny swim bait, probably would have worked. My little BBZ probably would have worked. Didn't get any on the jerk bait. Then I went through a drought, as you'll see on the video here. I don't know if I'll put every fish catch on there. I tried to flick shake, only had 1 fish on it, but the little drop shot, I started out with a normal straight weedless hook, and then I went to the wacky rig when I ripped it. I was just being lazy. The water's a little bit dirty, the fish are still wanting to finesse. That little wacky rig drop shot was able to do it. Able to catch 5 off of 1 dock. Fish are schooled up in the fall. If you're fishing Lake Norman, everybody wants to catch them. You know, you want to throw them on the bait casters. You want to catch them power fishing. But when the sun comes out, you got to pull out the little tiny, little spinning rod and a drop shot. The drop shot's not big on the East Coast as it should be. It catches fish. Like, it catches fish when nothing else will. If it's a really tough day, you pull out the drop shot and it's going to catch them. And I recommend throwing that with braid, a 20-pound braid on there with a little 10-foot. These fish are finicky, they're line shy, so I got 10-foot leader of 8-pound fluoro on there. And you might break a fish off or two with a drop shot. You got to retie a lot. And you should use a tungsten weight, but I'm cheap and it's not a tournament. If you're in a tournament, definitely use a tungsten weight. It makes a huge difference. But sometimes you just got to pull out the little spinning rod, especially when the fish are finicky, especially on Lake Norman with spotted bass. Sometimes you got to pull out the spinning rod and just to get some bites, and that's what I had to do today.